Today is the 20th of March, which means it is time for my Out the Door in 24 Project Pan update. I will link my project intro to the Out the Door in 2024 Project Pan. I will link that video so you can see more about all of the project. And if you're not familiar with what panning is, I do go a little bit into what that is in that video, so I'll link that. This Out the Door in 24 is a project by Deb B. So of course I'm going to link her channel below. Do go check her out. This is also part of the Pantastic Ladies Collab, which is a Facebook group. Feel free to go and check that out and join if you're interested. If you're interested in panning, they do a lot of other projects as well. This is just my first one. It did start in January of this year. I missed the first month, so this will be my first update. Some people might be on their second update, but all of the updates will be the 20th of each month. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into how Out the Door in 24 went for my very first month. So again, this is my very first panning project, so I'm a little bit new to it and I am learning so much as I go along and I'm very excited. But some of the things that I didn't include in this video were I didn't take photos of looks that I created throughout the month. I actually didn't wear a lot of makeup this month. I was unfortunately sick a bit of the month. It was not great, so I didn't wear a lot of makeup. I made some progress here. I didn't make a ton of progress, but it's only the first of going through the entire year, so we still have plenty of time to make progress here. But I did want to let you know that I don't have insert photos to show. Sometimes people have it of the where you can see the pans, so you can see how much progress from month to month. I will include those in my next video. I will try to include, if I do looks with the makeup or especially noticeable, makeup looks I want to call out, I will try to take some snapshots with my phone and insert into the next video. Unfortunately, I don't have anything like that this month because I am new to it and didn't really plan ahead and didn't know. I also, as a part of this component of Out the Door in 2024 is you have to use all of these products up by the end of the year or declutter them at the end of the year. There's an extra bonus component, which is to declutter 24 items each month, which I did declutter my items. I decluttered several clothing items, and then I also worked in my pantry and decluttered items in my pantry. I didn't take photos and I didn't take a video of that, but if you are interested in seeing that, let me know, because I will try to incorporate footage of that next month. If you're interested in seeing items that I declutter, if you want me to keep the actual list of all 24 items, I will do that going forward for next month. And I'm going to watch everyone else's video and see how other people are doing it, maybe find some inspiration, of course. But so I definitely decluttered my 24 items, but I didn't bring proof or track each individual item. Like, do you want to know that I decluttered my leggings that ripped in the butt? I think those are the type of things that this month we're kind of getting out. It was like definitely the easy wins that I went for, the things that were easy to get rid of: expired food, ripped clothes, or clothes that were needing repair and things like that. So I recycled most of them rather than even like donating them. They were like really out the door. So anyway, with that said, let's go into how I did with my makeup products so far. So let's start with the item that I used the most, which was 6 times, and that is my Glamlite and Michaela lip gloss, and I do have that on today. I used this one 6 times. Again, this one has like an opaque packaging, so you can kind of see in the bottom what the lip gloss looks like, but I can't really show you how much I've used. So that's why I'm just going to really focus on this one on telling you how many times I used it, because it will be hard for you to actually see on a lot of these products. So 6 uses for this one, and I really like this color and I really like this formulation. This is my first lip gloss from Glamlite, and I really do like this one. I like the applicator, really happy all around. I hope to use it up by the end of the year. So that was the most used. My second most used at 5 uses was my all-time favorite, the Elephant Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked palette. And I use this all the time. I used it 5 times. I use the blushes, the bronzer, and then there's also highlighter and finishing powder. This just goes, like, a little goes a long way, and you just can't even tell the difference that has been made in the pans. Like, I could insert a footage from the first video, and you just can't even see the difference yet. There's just no real progress that is being made in these baked shades, but they're absolutely wonderful and I love them. Also at 5 uses, I have the Polite Society Greatest Lashes of All Time mascara. I'm also wearing, I'm wearing this today. I've got the blush, bronzer, and the highlighter on. I didn't use any finishing powder. I have this on today with, I also have some other products on with it, which I will mention, but this is the mascara that I like for everyday use, but I don't love, because it gives some volume, not a lot of length, but it's great. It's good. It's good. I mean, it's good, but not great. And it's also a pretty pricey one. So although I really love the packaging and everything, for the price and everything, it's good but not great. I probably won't be repurchasing, but I do definitely plan to finish that up before the end of the year. Also at 5 uses, I have this Uabody Lilikoi coconut lotion, and you can see, you really can't see, there is a mark from when I used it the first time. There's a mark, and so it's gone down. You can see over here the mark. It's gone down just a tiny bit. And I said before in the last video that I really haven't been reaching for this. So I tried to remember to reach for it, and I have been, but I think what happened, and I didn't realize it, what happened is now that it's getting lower, the pump is having a hard time picking it up, and so I can get a couple good like squirts out, but like if I want to do a full body lotion and stuff, it kind of runs out, so then I'll have to open it and things like that. So I think that's why I actually stopped reaching for it. So it works kind of if you do like 1 small pump or 2 small pumps, and then you have to like let it sit and kind of, you know, do its thing where it settles and will pump back up. So maybe there's a way I can put it in a different container or something to actually use it. I do absolutely love it, and obviously, I mean, it won't be hard to make it through that in the year, but it's one of those products that you love, but it starts to get frustrating when you can't pump it out and then you leave it behind, and I don't want that to happen to this one. So if you have any ideas for that, please do let me know in the comments. So that was at 5. I have several things at 4 uses. The first is the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals Volume 1 palette. So this, again, I only used the mattes since last time, so that's this row. I didn't even use this purple one, so I've only used these mattes in here. This black is absolutely an excellent black. I don't think you might be able to see a little more progress in the Aura palette. I have used that more. You can kind of see some progress in the black. I also used the metallic Aura, this one as well. So this is one of the items that I will make sure today to take a picture so that we can compare it. I'll do inserts at the end of or when we do the next update. I'll make sure to have inserts so we can compare it. Again, that's something that I didn't really plan before, as a newbie, so I have learned and I've done it. I do love this palette, but I still have a complaint that I went to use all textured, all matte shades today, and I still ended up with glitter in my eye makeup. Glitter, of course, now I just touched it, so all over my hands, but you can't use just matte shades in that palette because the glitter or the sequin shades get everywhere. Even the metallic, there's the glitter from the palette has gone into all of the other shades, so it's just like, and I've tried to keep it very clean and wipe it up, but it's just like all of the formula spreads through the pans. So that is my complaint with that palette. And like I said, it's old, obviously discontinued, so I do hope to use it up or declutter that one by the end of the year. More likely, I don't think I'll be able to make it through that whole palette. Next, I have the Persona Multi-Stick in the shade Dune. Is Bronze Dune. This is my absolute favorite cream bronzer right now. This is all I have left, so I think that it should probably be used up by the end of the year. If it's not, it will be time for it to go because it's a cream product and the lifespan of a cream product just isn't as long. But I used that again 4 times and I still absolutely love it. Also at 4 times, I have the Beauty Bakery Flour Bronzer, or no, this is translucent powder. What am I saying? The translucent powder. This is just like the deluxe sample size. I don't know if you can see in there. I'm afraid to open it because it's the messiest. It's the messiest powder ever. And see, it gets up all around the sides. But, so there's quite a bit left. Again, use that 4 times. And I do believe I will have no problem using that up by the end of the year, but this one is one of those that it's that product that just keeps going and going, and you think you're going to be done in one more use, and it just has 100 more uses. So that's not always a bad thing, but I do want to use this one up and keep the little component so that I can put some other translucent powder that I like better for travel in here. But I will go ahead and use this one up first because it's good. It's one of those that's good. It's not great. I have dry skin and it's a little bit dry on me, so that's why I like it but don't love it for me personally. So also at 4, I have the Pacifica Vegan Collagen Lash Serum and Primer. I did do like a review video on some Pacifica products, and this was in there. I haven't been using this consistently enough to notice as a serum that it does any different. Like help, I do feel like it does condition my lashes, it softens them, but I don't use it consistently enough to really notice a difference. And then also, I don't think it does a great job as like a bulking primer to like bulk up mascara to be on underneath. So that's another reason I don't feel like I reach for it. So I don't dislike it, but I don't see a huge benefit in it. So again, I used that one 4 times. I had a sleeper product here that I actually used 7 times, which was the most, not 6 at the lip gloss. It was 7 times. I used my BK Beauty lipstick in the shade Acceptance. I used this one 7 times. I do have it on underneath the lip gloss today. I absolutely do love and adore this formula from BK Beauty. It's nice and hydrating. The packaging is really cute, but you can see the lipstick itself, the product has kind of shifted from the component, and every time I roll it up, it twists and gets a little bit more off. So I'm not going to roll up the whole thing to show you how much is left because I will end up just breaking it or smushing it more. So, but again, I used that 7 times, and that was my most used product for the month. On to the products that I used 3 times. This LA Girl Pro Matte Foundation, which is one of my top 3 favorite foundations. I wore this 3 times. and I have this on today. I do love this foundation. Every time I wear it, I like it. It's a tiny bit drying, and I have dry skin, so it's a little bit dry for me. However, as long as I'm kind of prepped my skin and primed my skin, it works. It lasts all day. And this one, you can't see, unfortunately, kind of where it is, but I can tell you there's not a lot left. So I can't really see, I can't see where it is either, but I would say it's maybe like all the way down to here already. It's a little bit older. It's not expired, but it's definitely thicker than when I first bought it. So I feel like it's a little bit thicker and harder to get out than when it's brand new. So we'll see how many uses are left out of that one, but that's a great one. Also at 3 uses, I have the Tarte Creamy Shape Tape Concealer, and this one, I do really like this concealer. This is in the shade Light Neutral 22N. I really do like this concealer a lot. This is like a deluxe size that came in a Christmas holiday set. And I do really like this one. I've only reached for it a couple of times, and I don't know why. I don't actually have many concealers that I like more than this. So this is like, I need to keep remembering to use this one because I like it, and I keep trying other concealers and not liking them. So I should just stick to what I know works. And then also at 2 uses is the Pacifica Fluffy Lash Mascara. And this mascara I don't unfortunately really like. I am trying to use it up by using it as a second coat on top of mascaras. This one is good for lengthening, whereas I said the Polite Society is not very good for lengthening. This one lengthens a lot better, so I'll use like the Polite Society and put this on to lengthen. If I don't have another mascara underneath it, it gets product all over the lash line and makes a huge mess. But if I already have mascara on, it's like there's something for it to cling to, and so I'm able to use it and not make a huge mess. So that's how I use it as a second coat. I did skip a 3 uses, and that was the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. And I do love this. I have this on again today. This helps because that foundation that I have is kind of drying. This always helps to give me some nice prepped skin. And this is a great primer that I love. A deluxe sample of this in the little glass bottle. There's quite a bit left of this one. The other item that I had 2 uses on was this Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip. Again, we've got a deluxe sample here. This one does roll up, but it makes quite a mess. These things I feel like are hit and miss for people. I'm not a big fan of these, but the only reason I've kept it around, I don't really like the flavor, I don't really like the texture, but I've kept it around because of how hydrating it is. If my lips are really dry and I put it on, it does keep them hydrated very well. So I have kind of kept it around for that. So I do plan to keep using it for that, but I don't really reach for it as like an everyday lip wear item. Now I think we are on to the items I only used once, and that is the Crunchy Blush in the shade Royal Flush. This is the Make Me Blush blush, and I only used this shade once, and it's a beautiful color. It was hard pan, so I took some tape to it, and I do think it helped kind of bring it back. It's a beautiful color. I just don't tend to reach for it because I typically reach for my Hourglass palette blushes over it. But it's getting old, so that I either need to use it up by the end of the year or declutter it. Also, one-time use was the KVD Beauty Good Apple Balm Foundation, and this is another item that I need to take a photo of so that we can have inserts for next month. I only used it once, however, I have used it before this project started, so I do absolutely love this. And also it does work on dry skin, and you can kind of build it to be, you can use less product or build it up. So I do really like that. I just have to make sure my skin is prepped and ready, but it's a great foundation and I love it. I do typically reach for the other one more. Also at One Use was the Clover by Clove and Hallow All Lined Up Eyeliner in brown. I used it once, sort of. It's so dried out that I actually couldn't really use it. And so this will be the first item that is getting decluttered because it's just dried up and unusable, which is unfortunate because I only used it once. I did do a review on all these Clover items and I will not be repurchasing from the company. So this is out, and I may repurchase a brown eyeliner pot, but I think I actually already have one from e.l.f. to try, so I don't need to purchase another one. This will just be decluttered. The final item that I used one time was the BH Cosmetics Summer in Saint-Tropez eyeshadow palette that I have depotted, so it might look a little different than what you see on other people, but you can see what a huge mess using that blue eyeshadow made. So it has, I do kind of need to get in there and clean it up. After that usage, I have not wanted to reach for it at all because of how they performed. I think I just really prefer the mattes, and as I said, that was kind of my first exposure to buying some more colorful palettes, and it was a inexpensive way to get started. But now that I have some other colorful palettes that I really like the formulation more, I do think I'm going to declutter these very shortly, but I did want to give them like one more chance. Maybe I'll do some comparison swatches and compare them, see if I can find corresponding colors in my current eyeshadow collection and see if I swatch them side by side, if it makes me decide to get rid of them. And now I have 6 products that I didn't even touch this month, and hopefully will be soon, because hopefully the sun is going to start coming out. We're going to be traveling soon, so I'm hoping to pull these out. But I did not use the e.l.f. Skin Suntouchable Whoa Glow sunscreen. Haven't used that. Didn't use the Vacation Super Spritz SPF 50. I also haven't used the Dermalogica SPF 50 that I really would like to try in the sun, but I want to try it when there's actual sun, so waiting for that. I've got the Keys Soulcare Let Me Glow Illuminating Serum, still haven't used that. The Peach and Lily Glass Skin, still haven't used that. And then lastly, the Olaplex number 8, the Bond Moisture Mask. I also haven't used that, so all of those will need to be used up here eventually. But that is it for my March update number 1. Thanks so much for watching. Next month, I'll come back with pictures of pans so you can get a better idea. But unfortunately, a lot of these are still opaque products that you can't really see how much I'm using up. So I am just going to keep doing tracking. I've got a whole spreadsheet that I made so I can track and tell you how much I have used each and every month. So do let me know in the comments though how you would like to see, if you'd like to see the decluttered items, if you want to see like a little video of decluttering or a list of items, or if you don't really care, you just want me to check in and say, yep, I decluttered those 24 items. And I will be back next month with an update. I'll have some more videos before then, and I hope I catch you in them. I'll see you again soon, and until then, take care of yourself.